US troops raise alarm over Armageddon, messaging inside military briefings. As the Iran war intensifies, complaints surface that some commanders framed the conflict in apocalyptic, biblical terms. Now, questions are emerging about morale, messaging, and the line between faith and command. Amid the intensifying military campaign against Iran, concerns over morale and messaging within the United States Armed Forces have emerged alongside the wider geopolitical crisis. Since February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel have conducted extensive airstrikes against Iranian targets, part of Operation Epic Fury, after Tehran's retaliatory missile and drone attacks marked an escalation in hostilities between Tehran and a US-led coalition. Western forces have struck more than 1,250 targets, including naval assets and missile infrastructure, and killed Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, according to Reuters. As the conflict enters its fourth day, casualties have mounted on both sides. Iran's response has included assaults on US and allied bases across the Gulf, and at least 6 US service members have been reported killed. In this climate of heightened tension, a series of internal complaints have begun circulating within the military, drawing attention to religiously charged remarks allegedly made by commanders during troop briefings. According to reports from the Military Religious Freedom Foundation cited in a Substack article, more than 110 service members lodged complaints across more than 30 military installations, claiming that at least one combat unit commander presented the campaign against Iran as part of a divine plan. One anonymous non-commissioned officer said the commander described President Donald Trump as
anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to earth,
framing the conflict in explicitly Christian eschatological terms. Armageddon in the New Testament is the last battle between good and evil before the Day of Judgment. The MRFF, a watchdog group that advocates for religious freedom in the armed forces, said it was handling these complaints anonymously to protect the identities of those who came forward. The group alleges that such messaging, if accurate, risks undermining morale and unit cohesion and violates constitutional and military regulations against injecting religious ideology into official military instruction.
These calls have one damn thing in freaking common. Our MRFF clients report the unrestricted euphoria of their commanders and command chains as to how this new, biblically sanctioned war is clearly the undeniable sign of the expeditious approach of the fundamentalist Christian end times.
The NCO, who filed a complaint, also said commanders had cited the Book of Revelation and described the conflict in apocalyptic terms. While some service members are quoted as feeling coerced or uneasy about these messages, official Pentagon responses to such complaints have not yet been reported. As operations continue in Iran and the broader Middle East, the US military faces both strategic and cultural challenges, from battlefield risks to questions about the nature and tone of internal messaging within its ranks. US President Donald Trump said on March 3rd that the United States maintains extensive munitions reserves across key categories, asserting the country is positioned to sustain prolonged conflict with Iran if necessary. In a post on Truth Social on March 3rd, Trump wrote,
the United States munitions stockpiles have, at the medium and upper medium grade, never been higher or better. As was stated to me today, we have a virtually unlimited supply of these weapons. Wars can be fought forever and very successfully, using just these supplies, which are better than other countries' finest arms. At the highest end, we have a good supply, but are not where we want to be. Much additional high-grade weaponry is stored for us in outlying countries.
In the same post, Trump criticized his predecessor's handling of advanced weapons transfers, writing,
Sleepy Joe Biden spent all of his time and our country's money giving everything to P.T. Barnum Zelensky of Ukraine, hundreds of billions of dollars worth. And while he gave so much of the super high-end away, free, he didn't bother to replace it. Fortunately, I rebuilt the military in my first term and continue to do so. The United States is stocked and ready to win. Big.
The remarks come amid renewed military tensions with Iran and debate in Washington over long-term defense readiness. On March 3rd, the official X account of United States Central Command posted an operational update stating,
U.S. forces have destroyed Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps command and control facilities, Iranian air defense capabilities, missile and drone launch sites, and military airfields during sustained operations. We will continue to take decisive action against imminent threats posed by the Iranian regime.
Separately, Amazon Web Services confirmed infrastructure damage in the Gulf. In a website update, AWS said 3 data centers were affected by drone strikes, including 2 directly hit in the United Arab Emirates and another damaged in Bahrain. AWS representative in an official statement said,
These strikes have caused structural damage, disrupted power delivery to our infrastructure, and in some cases required fire suppression activities that resulted in additional water damage.
The company added that service restoration is ongoing, but warned recovery could be prolonged due to the scale of physical damage. In Europe, the United Kingdom reiterated it is not formally at war despite escalating regional fallout. After an Iranian-made drone struck RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, Prime Minister Keir Starmer told lawmakers in the House of Commons on Monday, the UK is not joining the US and Israeli offensive strikes.
We all remember the mistakes of Iraq, and we have learned those lessons. Any UK actions must always have a lawful basis and a viable, thought-through plan.
Britain says its bases can't be used for attacks on political and economic targets in Iran. UK Middle East Minister Hamish Falconer stressed that the UK is not at war. Sirens sounded again at RAF Akrotiri on Monday, and British Typhoon and F-35 warplanes were scrambled. Meanwhile, David Albright of the Institute for Science and International Security said evidence from a downed Iranian drone over Cyprus indicates possible Russian upgrades. Writing on X, he stated,
Evidence of a reversed Shahed transfer from Russia to Iran, as long suspected to be occurring. Iran sold the Shahed drone to Russia. Now Russian innovations have reportedly shown up in an Iranian drone fired at Cyprus.
According to the expert, this system is used in the surveillance drones that Russia is using against Ukraine. And it was precisely this system that thwarted Ukraine's efforts to disrupt the operation of these drones.
A Russian anti-jamming Kometa M unit was reportedly found in the wreckage of an Iranian Shahed 136 drone that targeted the UK's Akrotiri air base in Cyprus. The same system is used in Russian Shahed drones fired at Ukraine and has complicated Ukraine's effort to jam the Shaheds. The Russian-made Kometa units also serve as a way to undermine sanctions. Now those anti-jamming units are showing up in drones fired by Iran, suggesting a possible reverse flow of innovative parts and technology from Russia to Iran.
The developments signal a widening conflict footprint with strategic, technological, and geopolitical ramifications extending well beyond the Gulf.